I believe that I am the best person for the job of President of the United States. My unique talents give me the ability to be assertive and diplomatic at the same time. I'm a person who will spike the conversation, who will get politics rolling and stimulate new questions and new answers to our current political dilemma facing our nation. I believe I have a keen understanding of the economy and how to improve where we're at relative to other nations around the world. I believe that our goal at America's Third Party was to create a very strong platform in which would propel the American people forward with new opportunities and a new possibility of creating a better nation, a cleaner environment, and less war. I believe that I am the best person for the job of President of the United States. My unique talents give me the ability to be assertive and diplomatic at the same time.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the show. We are coming off of last night's show, so our technological advances make it possible for us to pick up where we left off. And we are processing a cooking show that I just did with our laptop in the kitchen. And this is all prosumer equipment that we're using. It's amazing how all of this is taking place in a home, in a studio, and has been going on for 9 years without any money input into this project. Not $1 is really invested in this project that we're looking at right now. I'm reaching out and talking to all of you people all around the world, and there isn't $1 going into it. We have to have an internet connection at our home, which we pay for. We're using that internet connection to get through and to make progress here. And we're doing everything we can using prosumer equipment and the software that's developed for the internet, like XSplit. We did make an investment of $200 and bought a lifetime XSplit system. We used funds that were donated to us over the past 8 years to do that. So we'll be able to broadcast XSplit from now until eternity, which is kind of nice because I like the program. Good evening, everyone. I'm getting into the chat room now. We've got a threat that's been logged. Appreciate it. You guys log the threats. Yep, we've got a lot of people concerned about the country right now in lieu of what's happening with Donald Trump and his mistake, making another spectacle of himself when he was supposed to talk about opioid addiction. He goes off and talking about North Korea like it's his turn to continue threatening Kim Jong-un. Everyone knows that no one needs more threats to make this more dangerous for both countries. But this president, who doesn't seem to have any clarity in his mind or any logic behind his moves, is leading a rudderless administration right into World War III. We definitely need a disaster plan. We've got a show worked out every night dealing with disasters. Last night I taught you how to create a very simple bug out bag for your car. Dave, my chief says you should add some saffron to the dish. Your chef, excuse me. And then flame it with a dash of Domaine Le Flauve, Baltal, Brantagil, Chardonnay. Well, you could be our technical expert, Scissor Fight, giving us all kinds of details during the cooking show. If only I had another hour to cook. We do these shows in 40 minutes, 40 to 50 minutes, and I record them and upload them to YouTube every Thursday night at 2 in the morning. So adding those wonderful tastes, combinations would really make it incredible. I was going to say a burgundy, if you're in France, would be excellent with the bolognese sauce as an accompaniment to your dining pleasure. Yes. Okay, so what Trump is doing is basically kicking a hornet's nest. That's the best analogy I can give you. Politics for Dummies, my view count is way higher than 1 million. Way higher. I'm way higher than Frank Taylor, but my view count was shut down by Vaughn, and I've been censored here for the past few years. He's made $13.7 million. I'm going to say 13 million of it came from censoring us through payback and kickback. I believe he's receiving money to shut us down and to keep our numbers at a very limited amount, and they want to keep us here because they don't want us to drift. And when we drift to other networks, people run into nothing but problems. Did you pass out from a dab and hit the counter with your lip? Nope. Lip's good. Everything looks good. Thank you. The reality is that Vaughn would not exist without Dave. And you're right. That 599, good point. We've got close to 1 billion views here, and Frank's been getting all kinds of freebies. We've been buffered to the max. HTML5 is rolling out here and not doing well. If you want to see a better feed, video feed, go to americasthirdparty.com. We have the chat room in it. You can read the chat and see the real-time footage with a flash video signal coming from Battle Cam. So it's interesting how we are being censored, and the word is, this has been going on for many years now, and he's making lots and lots of money doing it. No, antipsychotics are not necessary unless you're absolutely in need of calming down from some sort of a delusional state. And the reason why I say that is it's just common sense. When you look at some of the antipsychotics like Klonopin, the contraindications on those have changed over the years. I was lucky enough to find out what the contraindications were back when they first created that, because I knew a person who was on antipsychotics who was dying of liver disease. And I looked it up. We're talking way back in 1985 or so. And I found that liver is really affected by antipsychotics, and they're shielding that information from you. And when you look at the contraindications now at many pharmaceutical companies, they've eliminated the liver warning, which is extremely illegal, but they're doing it anyway, and nobody in government cares to stop that. So I would say less is more when it comes to those types of drugs. But if you're having hallucinations or delusions, I've seen people who have mental breakdowns right in front of me who absolutely rely on medication. Now, I'm not afraid to call or contact Kim Jong-un and discuss anything. I've talked to people over my lifetime. I've talked to over 1,000 people of all different walks of life, and some people who are dangerous. And I've never, ever not talked to somebody because there's a long-standing dispute going on. I always broach the divide and usually make up and deal with the situation by finding good common ground. But we don't have a lot of common ground with Kim Jong-un. So if I was enabled to do this, because I'm not allowed to call him or anyone in North Korea until I become president, if I were able to do this, I would reach out and simply find out some basic things, because we want to make sure he really needs to express himself to us. We want him to express himself to us. And I don't think he has. Threats of missile strikes is not really communicating. So what I'm supporting right now is an open line of communication that Donald Trump has not done, which he needs to do. in order to mitigate and pacify the situation. Let's start with that, okay? Thank you. All right. We have other ideas as well, but I'm not going to get into those all at once. Yeah, I would say to Kim Jong-un, what is it you're looking for? What is it you're requiring of us? What can we do to help make things better? We really need to know that. And he could put a demand list together. I don't care. Whatever. Pretend like it's Christmas. Christmas in Pyongyang. Here's the memo that blew up the NSA. Oh, really? It blew up the NSC. Here's the memo. We're looking at foreignpolicy.com, which I believe is the website for the Illuminati. Council on Foreign Relations operate out of that website. Fired White House staffer argued deep state attacked Trump administration because the president represented a threat to cultural Marxist memes, globalists, and bankers. Oh yeah, that was just hard right-wing, alt-right crap coming out of the media. The memo at the heart of the latest blow-up of the National Security Council paints a dark picture of the media, academics, and the deep state. Yeah, I know. This is coming out of Steve Bannon and Mucci before he left. Scaramucci was talking about this, and Steve Bannon's always talking about this. The alt-right is running a story like Donald Trump can do no wrong, and somehow he's oh, get this one. This is unbelievable. Common Sense, Hodges. If you ever seen that website, he actually was telling people last week that Trump is printing up greenbacks, silverback greenbacks. That's why the Illuminati is going to get rid of him or something. It's like, no, dude, nobody's targeting anybody. The bottom line is Donald Trump is inept, and he's really destabilizing everybody, including the people that put him in office. That's what's going on. And if you didn't know that, you've seen the handwriting on the wall throughout the past 10 years of him bumbling around and acting like he's going to make it right, and then all he does is take out a loan. He never makes it right. He just borrows more money. No, he's supposedly, this is what Hodges said. He said that Donald Trump is doing what JFK did, and that puts a mark on him if he does this. There's no evidence Donald Trump is printing up silverback dollars. None whatsoever. So it's this alt-right media spin that you got to avoid. And that website right there is addressing the alt-right spin, where these ideas come from. All right. Sponheim talking, if being censored, why are you here casting? A good question, man. They want me under their thumb. They want me to be in a controlled situation. They know that I'm going to grow regardless. They know that the world is going to see me because I'm broadcasting at America's Third Party with a durable video signal that they can't stop, which happens to be our battle cam feed. I cast wherever I can cast. And please don't mention other people in rooms. Thanks. Appreciate it. I cast where I can cast. And this is how this operation's been going on for the past 8 years against all odds. I'm not looking for ad revenue. No, bottom line is, people that broadcast their net worth at 13.7 million have something going on in their head. I'm not sure what. In a new poll, half of Republicans say they would support postponing the 2020 election if Trump proposed it. Unbelievable. I mean, the American people have become either brain dead from God knows what in their diet to being absolutely oblivious to realities that Donald Trump is virtually destabilizing world politics day by day. It's like they're walking off a cliff, these lemmings. They're just like heading off the cliff. Incidentally, lemmings never did fall off a cliff. That was a myth that was perpetrated. Slightly more than half the Republicans said they would support postponing the 2020 presidential election if Trump proposed it to make sure only eligible Americans can vote, according to a new survey. Wow, this is just phenomenal. Postponing an election. Well, in lieu of that, I would like to just say this. Once Donald Trump resigns because of his Alzheimer's, and it's pretty obvious he has it, once he resigns, I would recommend that Congress put together an amendment putting an election together for 2018. A presidential election would require an amendment. All it would require would be 2/3 of the nation's states, their senators, proposing the amendment, That's all it requires, 2/3 and 3/4 of the states ratifying that amendment. Then we could put an election together for 2018. That's what I recommend. All right, so we're going to end any kind of voice of dissent by muting you if you are slandering me, okay? But you can disagree with me on anything. God. Oh my gosh, Dave, is it DB Cooper? What? No, I don't look like this guy. Now they're saying I'm DB Cooper. Isn't this bizarre? I mean, I don't look a bit like this person. This is where it gets really funny. When I put my mouth, I'm a facial morphing going on here. I would never jump out of a plane that far in the sky with $200,000 and evade detection for the past 35 years. Never. No way. I don't look a bit like this guy. No way. Nah. Not gonna do it.
Hello, Sammy's dad.
What makes you think I'm DB Cooper?
Greetings.
All right. You would lead the American troops. Abnormal. Person named Abnormal is going to lead the American troops. That's great. We want you on the force. Are you a transgender? Because you're going to be in my army. I don't have a problem. Do you have a problem with transgenders in the military?
No, I do have a problem using taxpayer dollars to alter people's bodies when it's unnecessary.
Oh, right. I mean, I heard that...
Like plastic surgery or transgender operations.
That looks good on you. That shirt looks really good on you.
I have a problem with that.
Yeah, transgender operations cost $84 million last year. Obama authorized them. We don't want to give away transgender operations. I also found out that the country is paying around $350 million for our military and their Viagra supply. In no way would I allow that. In no way would we allow Viagra for our military. If you want to buy it on your own dime, not on the U.S. taxpayer dime. So I just saved $500. Isn't that amazing? $500 million. $500 million I just saved by not giving Viagra to our military and by not authorizing transgender operations in the U.S. military. Now, Donald doesn't want transgenders in, and now about 4 transgenders have filed a class action suit against Donald and the U.S. government. A lot of people are going to be protesting en masse. You have a problem with Abnormal running our military? I agree. Well, look, if you can't get it up, it's something in your diet, okay? I've never taken Viagra. But honestly, if you're having a problem with erectile dysfunction, if you can't get it up, then your best bet is to clean up your diet and get off some of the heavy doses of intermixing of big pharma meds that you're on.
What should we call today's show?
I'll never need Viagra, no. Today's show is called Pure Adrenaline. Technology Thursday. Technology versus AI discussed. Technology, yeah, whatever. AI discussed. AI technology live. Not AI live. They'll think I'm AI. How would it be if I were AI? Yeah, 100% pure adrenaline. AI politics. Could you put a capital I on that? Because that's aesthetically incorrect to have. There you go. Artificial intelligence. That is what I'm referring to. The possibility that I may be a robot has been discussed on our show. People on Reddit have discussed the possibility that I am not human, Sarah. That I am, in fact, the end result of a very complex program developed by DARPA. You call this bad hair? You'd be lucky to have hair this nice at my age. Okay?
Hi, look.
Can you do a Johnny Carson impersonation? I'm not Johnny Carson. Ed and I, Doc Severinsen, and the NBC Orchestra. I can't go into that right now. Did you shave your eyebrows? No, I didn't. I'm using a Scandinavian style eyebrow pencil, which gives me eyebrows that looks very similar to Scandinavians. As you can see, my frubber which is type of synthetic material, looks very human-like. I'm a cybernetic organism, human flesh of a metal exoskeleton. Tonight we're going to be talking about, thank you, how you're going to improve your personal life with technology. And I don't believe people are going to be going in the direction of having their whole house automated with cameras looking at them. I think people are a little bit more hesitant to believe that somebody's watching you. You're not going to want somebody watching you. So when you find out that your smart TV and your phone and all of your door apparatus, your key door, everything is going to be looking at you. People don't want that. So I think there's an anti-technology movement growing in America. And I thought I'd bring that up today, especially when dealing with artificial intelligence and the dangers of artificial intelligence.
One of the things that you think there's an
anti-technology is happening among the human beings.
But not among people on the internet. I mean, if you're on the internet, I would say you're not anti-technology.
Well, I mean, it's people want privacy. So people are like, even our browser, we went to Epic Browser because it has absolutely no acceptance of various types of flash and types of malware. It doesn't come into the browser. So we get a more stable show when we do Epic browsing because our computer is not constantly laboring with all kinds of weird malware. And we even find out how many different trackers are on every website we go to. Like one website we went to earlier had 56 trackers that would normally slow down your computer. I'm not Alice Cooper and I'm not DB Cooper, so let's leave it at that. Yeah, Google Chrome is constantly tracking and collecting data. Guess 375, you are correct. Well, you walk with the curtains open because you know none of your neighbors really care what you look like naked. You know, that's the nice thing about being grossly obese. But seriously, if you are in any way feeling like the government's watching you, you're not going to want to, have your Echo sitting there on passive listening, sending data to the data center at the NSA. You're not fat? Okay, good to know. Well, claiming I look like Phil Simms, a lot of people think that. You're right. I have heard about the new proton splitter in the UK. Yes, it's very scary. And not to mention the Hadron Collider and CERN. Let's talk about the dangers of splitting the atom. Let's talk about the dangers of antimatter or possibly a dimensional portal to another universe or another time. We can bring up all that stuff on Technology Thursday. I'm so excited I can barely sit here. I just want to get up and dance. But no, seriously, I really believe that people are like drifting away from being too on the internet. We're getting away from being revealed. We want more privacy. And I don't know if you're aware of this, but Aaron Swartz, the creator of Reddit and the RSS feed technology that we use today, he actually was killed, People don't realize that he didn't commit suicide. He was murdered. And no one's investigating Aaron Swartz's death. The government just kind of overlooked the fact that everything was suspicious about his death. But anyway, he was working on a strongbox that you could put all your files in that nobody could find. Encryption software that the government didn't want. It was a strongbox and it was designed for journalists to keep their journalistic integrity and make sure that all of their contacts weren't revealed. You believe the Hadron Collider could destroy the universe? It's possible. Yeah, we're messing with fire. I agree. Sarah doesn't do a Sloopy dance, and I don't expect her to do it, because if we were to go down that road, we would be objectifying her, and in no way do I want to objectify her brilliance and her intelligence. Just because women look good doesn't mean that that's what it's all about. Their brains are just as amazing. No, I'm not going to do a Sloopy dance. That would be inappropriate. Well, sorry my hair is all messy today. I'm going to have to comb it a little bit later, but that never happened. That woman is a liar. Yep. And she's committed perjury. Actually, she's committed slander. And she probably could be extradited. She'd like that. The first thing she'd want to do is face her accuser. I know. A hot woman with intelligence is a rarity. You're right. But that's not to say all women who are hot are not intelligent. I mean, let's not underestimate the power of women. It's 10 out of 10, thanks, yeah. No, I'm not talking about anybody who's slandering me. Thank you. Well, Sarah has some really good stuff she's lining up for our technology show. I wish I could get into the details of why Donald Trump wanted to start World War III yesterday, but I think the people in his administration are kind of going through some serious reassessments of Donald's ability to make decisions. I'm amazed that he's still president. I really am. I'm amazed he hasn't resigned due to his Alzheimer's disease. But when he does admit finally that he has Alzheimer's, the American people will be very happy knowing this guy's going to get some treatment. We don't need a person this out of it as our president. And before he does leave the office, I would like him to at least appoint me vice president and kick Pence back to Indiana. Pence cannot show his trail of emails from when he was a governor. Just like Hillary, he's got this big, huge void where everyone's going, why are you not showing your emails from when you were governor of Indiana? Hello? So we're concerned about Pence, and I think Pence should be fired, and I should be chosen as the vice president. Thank you very much. Always ask for what you want in life, and you might get it. I'll be back. Thank you.
I was just looking at, there's this AItopics.org site. It's all about news from the AI, artificial intelligence community. Yes, I get better with age, thank you. I appreciate that thought. That would be great. I haven't started dyeing my hair yet, but once you guys say, oh, who's that old woman on the screen, then maybe I will. There's a conspiracy that everything happens on purpose via Reddit. Yeah, it proves what you've been saying. Every time Trump says something dumb, it's to cover up something else. Yes. Oh, this is pretty interesting. Yeah, wonder what they're hiding or covering up with the North Korea's got many nukes debacle. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. The shirt is like a pink color. It's by J. Jill. I like that designer. But it's a pink. I guess it is this color of my skin up here, but my hands are a little bit darker because I've been working out in the sun. But I try to keep my face shaded. Oh, Google and Facebook could be fined billions of dollars under a new law. Well, it probably in the UK or EU, whereas if it's a new law, it wouldn't be that way in the US because that would be special word. I'm trying to think of it. It's like you can't create a law and then say you broke that law 2 months ago, even though the law was just created 1 day ago. You're already tired? That's probably your body saying you need some sleep. Google and Stanford's tech department are both guilty of blacklisting. You mean not hiring certain people? 297. Thank you, unaccount. Thanks, Mad Dog. Yes. All right. Oh, will do. Did that help you? Sorry. Mitch thinks colleges today don't teach education, they teach a liberal ideology. They teach, I always wondered if, people hire people with a college degree to see if how much are you conformist to society. If you have a college degree, then you're definitely conformist to society. Speaking of someone, as someone who not only has a college degree but graduated magna cum laude, I guess I'm a conformist to society as well. I'm sure Mad Dog does really like me. Sorry, it's buffering. It happens. Here, I will get you guys a link. There. You can watch me there. Or
If it freezes, be sure to just go off Vaughn and back on Vaughn.
I don't think that worked. I've had it where I just continue on and it fixes itself.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, I think that you have to go through a lot of hassles to get a college degree. You have to do a lot of coursework, a lot of jumping through ropes, jumping through the hoops, as they say. And I would say that that's the issue, is that it's, you know, you jump through so many hoops that they want to see, oh, we want to hire someone who will jump through any hoops that we put before them. Oh, you have a college degree? You're used to jumping through hoops. We'll hire you. You have a Bachelor of Science and a doctorate, and you're in debt. Doesn't make much sense. A DO? What's a DO? Because usually you have a Bachelor of Science and a Master's and before you have your doctorate. $192, you're a mechanical engineer. That's good. So the UK will be able to fine companies 4% of their global turnover if they breach users' privacy under new laws. That's pretty cool. Doctor of Osteopathic Medicine, EM residence. Where did you acquire most of your debt? From your doctor of osteopathic medicine, or from your bachelor's science degree? Oh, chiropractor. Okay. Medical school's over $200,000? Osteopathy. That's huge. That's really huge. It's like, are you really going to earn that much money in your lifetime to pay it all back? Maybe. Not a chiropractor. Okay. Vitamin C and antibiotics. A new 1-2 punch for knocking out cancer stem cells. That's pretty cool. Politics for dummies. Oh, images of American inventors. There are a lot of American inventors out there. You can see the stream, even though it says I'm offline, but you can still see the stream. That's interesting. Okay. Thank you, 159. I don't really know why that is 880. Probably because the trolls coder hackers haven't messed with the viewer count on other people's shows. Oh, you can get an MD residency as well. So you've gone to medical school. I've heard of Doctor of Osteopathy, but I'll have to research it because I don't know what exactly you do. I'll research. What is a you own a hacksaw? So you hack things with your hacksaw? A doctor of osteopathic osteopathic. I want to say osteopathy, which is different than osteopathic medicine. Fully trained and licensed doctor who has attended and graduated from a U.S. osteopathic medical school. Osteopathic medical school. The major difference between and a MD is a allopathic medical school. The major difference is in osteopathic and allopathic doctors is that some osteopathic doctors provide manual medicine therapy such as spinal manipulation or massage therapy as part of their treatment. They must pass the same licensing exam before they can treat people and prescribe medications. So you can do everything that a MD can do, but you also sometimes treat the whole body, which is really good. I think that's probably smarter because you actually realize that stress, you don't do OMT at this time. What is OMT? Manual treatment? OMT. I'm sorry, I don't know all these like little things that you're saying. But you wouldn't know what ELRs are and CCSS. I agree, stress is not very good. You matched in neurosurgery? Oh, osteopathic medicine techniques. You don't currently do osteopathic medicine techniques. You matched in neurosurgery, but you went to EM. Emergency medicine is EM. I'm just like, you're using all these acronyms. It's like, because you don't want to. So you went into emergency medicine with your osteopathic medical degree. Got it, Mitch. All right. So now where are you in your cycle? Are you completely finished with medical school, or do you have some residency trainings to complete? Yes, David likes the yoke thing rather than joke. Yes, I know Vivaldi. I don't really like the Vivaldi browser. David seems to like it on at least one of my computers, and I'm not a fan. SearX.me is a privacy-friendly search engine to use? Okay. Thank you.
It was right over our house.
Yes.
We were flying about 1,000 feet above our house today. F-35s were.
Wow.
Yeah. Exciting, isn't it, to be in a wartime with the jets flying everywhere?
So Misanthropy gave us this site, searx.me. He said it's a privacy-friendly search engine.
Well, that's kind of cool. We should try that. Thank you. Well, Epic has been good for us. Yeah, thanks, Miss Philanthropy. I'd like to convert him to Mr. Philanthropy as opposed to Misanthropy.
That would be good.
Yeah. Well, of course,
She has a back catalog containing 5,200 episodes.
Expecting a donation would be just too much to ask, though.
So she sold the entire back catalog to CBS. Wow. And she's doing another year of Judge Judy. You're a non-certified masseuse that gives happy endings. That's pretty hilarious. 936, just so you know, we can't see your link. So you're in your third year of emergency medicine after your internship. One more year left, and then you're moving to Texas where they need you and they will help pay for your family. If you stayed with neurosurgery, you could be a millionaire fast, but your family means more to you than being a pompous doctor. That's good. Thank you, UHF Sloopy. Tell Explorers I say hi. I hope he's enjoying his time in Borneo. Oh, Firefox is a browser for Tor? Okay. Even though Ghost says that sometimes things don't work on Firefox, I guess because so many people are coding in Chrome now. Yeah, I think we used Start Page for a while. Okay, politics for dummies. David he was here. He left. I don't know. He's in the other room. Yeah, it's pretty common sense stuff what Judge Judy says. That's a good point, 242. Any coder would code for all browsers, that's true. Gotta start somewhere, though. Oh, yes. Well, slightly budding coder. I have a long ways to go. You're welcome for the answers to the quiz later. Yeah, I mean, like assembly language or coding real computers that move things, whatever. Guess you have to start somewhere, 170. Oh, thank you. That'd be right. Well, and the thing is, I don't think that smart or not smart, I think we're all capable of learning things. Yes, Chromium is basically Google friendly. I know it's not Google, but oh. That's pretty funny, Sammy's dat. That's pretty hilarious. You've used Chromium for years. You like Chromium. I agree. I'm not very exciting. I'll turn the show over to Dave when he comes in. Oh, yes. Chromium. Right. And then I heard Google is doing a new coding thing. I forget what it's called, but it's like only a few coders at Google are into it. Well, I don't find myself very exciting. David can get some whenever he wants. Bye. That's just the way it is. All right, I'm going to look into the news, and then I am going to turn the show back over to David, I think. Thank you. They're still talking about North Korea. Like, I agree. What are they trying to hide when all their focus is on North Korea? Yeah, that's a good point. Mitch says when Google, Facebook, Amazon merge, then welcome to the New World Order. Well, I think Jeff Bezos is definitely trying to take over many things. You know, he bought Whole Foods, and I heard he was buying something else as well. Something like transportation wise. But yeah. And I buy stuff from Amazon like maybe once a year. Usually books, and I had to buy some shampoo there because I couldn't find my shampoo anywhere else. But actually conditioner. And yeah, now speaking of Amazon artificial intelligence, we did learn yesterday that Elon Musk is working to bring about autonomous trucks, and he wants not only autonomous trucks, but he wants them to be able to, I guess, swarm or drive in groups. So he's planning to test autonomous long-haul trucks in both Nevada and California. And there's an Indian startup called Flux Auto that wants to democratize self-driving tech for trucks. That looks pretty interesting. Yep. Yes, Mickey. You're disgusted by where technology is going. Where do you think it should go? You don't like Musk? I think Musk is a force because well, I would say because he has these big ideas that he keeps pushing forward. I like Infusium 23 conditioner. But yeah, that's what my hair smells like. And then I bought the shampoo to go with it, and the conditioner, and the leave-in conditioner. Yeah. It's pretty strong smelling, but I don't like it necessarily because of the smell. At first, when I tried it, I was like, this is way too strong. I don't think I like it. But then it like made my hair super soft, so I like that part of it. A young startup in India wants to make autonomous driving technology more widely available for truck operators, especially those outside the U.S.
This chat show
by
has
lowering
evolved into like a circus with all
cost
these people talking
significantly.
I mean, this chat ought to be recorded in infamy. We ought to put it in the archives. It's just hilarious how
they all talk to me simultaneously,
the whole
and I
Eric
respond.
fixation everybody's got.
Oh, I feel like banning anybody that says Eric.
I know. Thank you.
All right.
That's such a great laptop, Sarah. I was telling people how we got a 3-year warranty on it, and it's great. I don't think we're going to even use the warranty.
I know.
I rarely ever get warranties, but I wanted to make sure this one was going to be a good one. And it is. Here she is, Amber. Amber the kitty. The famous kitty. Oh, whoop, whoop. Amber's attack. Attack Amber. Oh, yeah. She's getting a little fat there.
So Flex Auto is a 16-person startup based in Bangalore. It hopes to make a difference by democratizing autonomous systems. It's developing technology that, when finished, can enable any kind of truck to be retrofitted with self-driving car technology at a far lower price.
Wow. You know, Bangalore is one of the largest growing sectors in the world in India. And it's absolutely amazing how many people are working in these areas and these growth centers. And I'm really impressed. I really am. And I don't know how India and Pakistan do it, but they seem to constantly produce. Well, I know they lower the cost of labor to $3,000 a year. That's how they do it. They offer jobs for people for $3,000 to $5,000 a year. In America, no one can work for $3,000 to $5,000 a year. So they didn't even want to get $5,000 in free money to take care of their kid.
So this company is not using LiDAR technology, light detecting and ranging. Instead, because they say that's too expensive, they're using and it's expensive and processing heavy because they take in a lot of data. So they're doing a vision algorithm that can be used with any cheap camera.
No kidding.
It has a quicker response time.
Wow.
And it has similar levels of accuracy as a LiDAR system.
Wow. That is smart. You know, it might be a good stock to buy if you're looking to invest.
Yeah. Flex Auto is looking at a product that would retail for around $3,000 to $4,500. The price range would be dependent on the level of features the customer wants. The system is being developed to handle cruise control, lane keeping, and collision avoidance, similar to Uber's AG and Waymo. The idea is to take the strain off of drivers and help make journeys more efficient. They're using cameras along with other sensors, sonar, radar, ultrasonic, to understand everything that's happening around the vehicle and make decisions based on that. So they're developing this tech stack as an aftermarket accessory. It's going to target the massive market of already existing commercial vehicles. That's a very goal. I agree. Hello, Jackson. Well, Mitch, I just think that Trump has a huge mouth. Well, I like the idea that this Flex Auto is doing it they're not trying to get rid of drivers, they're just making it kind of safer for drivers. I like that concept. And they can be used in existing commercial vehicles. Yes. Well, I agree with you there, Mitch. I mean, I'm not a fan of Trump at all. You saw a girl at a grocery store. She was wearing a tank top. Oh. Fantastic, misanthropy. And you didn't go up to her and say, hey, can we go on a date? Would you like to go to coffee? What can I get you? Can I buy your groceries for you? You should have. What do you got to lose? I mean, what? She says no. Maybe she slaps you in the face. Probably not, though, if she's asking for it. Not asking for everything, but asking for someone to pay attention to her, obviously. Oh, Dr. Meow. It's funny, funny. Well, that be right, as David says. Trump claims he gave his presidential salary away, but that's because he's making tons of money off of the Secret Service staying in his house and charging the government for that, or staying in Trump Towers. Every time they travel, it's like they travel to a hotel owned by Trump, and the Secret Service has to pay for their accommodations, which comes from taxpayer dollars, which goes directly to Trump. Is he giving that money away? Ah, yes. David is the only legitimate future POTUS. You just want to hook up, you don't want to have to hang out with a girl, then you can say, hey, you want to hook up? We don't have to hang out. Let's just hook up. I'm sure organic turkey burgers are good too. Now they're saying use artificial intelligence to fly airplanes. There you go, Dr. Meow. An AI blimp plane piloted by AI and transporting robots. I already have a real man. His name is David. All right, I know. David keeps casting despite the dox spam and everyone doxing everything. That's no fair. Why can't I cast? Oh, I hope David doesn't make spam of the sea. I don't think that we have any spam in our house. But he did make, what is it, turkey of the sea? And then he has, like, he did ham with, he made me a ham roll with liverwurst inside and mustard. I'm surprised he hasn't made that for you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Mitch. No, I don't want to know what goes on in other streams. Thank you. Well, I'm already there, 274. I have my time on David's show where I basically just talk to you and talk about random things. That's pretty good. I hope to be encouraging. It was kind of weird, Rex. It was good, though. Ha ha ha, 338. Sometimes. Yeah, we talk about different things every day because the world is full of different things. I mean, I could live forever and I would never get bored because there's so much to see and so much to do. Yes, sometimes David and I have disagreements about politics. We definitely don't see eye to eye on everything, but on enough. Okay, it's not a good idea. Oh, that's your guest number? That's pretty funny. 767. You'd have to be with a woman who voted for the person, voted the best they could, preferably third party. I agree on desalinating water. Absolutely. I think that's very good. Thank you, 148. Yeah, that's it. Okay. What about the blimp plane? Sure. The blimp plane's interesting. Oh, man. Does that make you Caesar then, 207? Oh, goodness. Go over the edge. Don't be silly. Why not? Alright. That is pretty interesting about self-driving cars in the tech industry. I think that's a good idea. So Google's Sundar Pichai? How do you say his name? Cancels internal meeting on gender issues. And BAMTech is valued at $3.75 billion following the Disney deal. Should have invested in BAMTech. Who knew? Maybe that's what I should do, though. I should probably buy some Disney stock. Yes, I'm not going to whitelist TechCrunch. All right. BAMTech, the company that powers streaming for MLB, Major League Baseball, HBO, National Hockey League, WWE, and now Disney's and ESPN's upcoming streaming services, is valued at $3.75 billion following Disney's new investment. Disney is going to acquire an additional 42% stake in the streaming infrastructure provider for $1.58 billion. The company Disney last year had invested $1 billion in BAMTech, so it had a 33% stake in BAMTech. The earlier deal had included an option that would allow Disney to acquire a majority stake over several years. So it's going to own now, or Disney now owns 75% of BAMTech. So BAMTech is a spin out from MLB Advanced Media. And it became its own entity back in August 2015. Wow. Okay. So they're going to launch a service in 2008, be accessible through an upgraded version of ESPN's app. The new app will let pay TV subscribers also watch ESPN's network, but cord cutters would not have that option. Oh, you had to subscribe to ESPN. Well, I would think that you have to. I do have days when I'm not so nice, especially if I eat pasta and I just want to go to sleep. Then I'm not nice, and I can turn kind of cranky. Misanthropy sees a self-driving car is practicing suicide people. Well, somebody did tell me, no, I think it was David, so anyway, Yes, you can kind of tell when I'm in a bad mood. Like right now, I'm kind of sleepy, but how many dollars is a trillion? A trillion is 1,000 stacks of $1 billion in each stack. Not like. Yes, would be a trillion. If you had 1,000 stacks with $1 billion in each stack, then altogether you have a trillion. I did hear that. I haven't seen the link though, 942. I'm putting myself to sleep. 245. I should be more exciting and say it's pretty cool. BAMTech is now owned, 75% of BAMTech is now owned by Disney. So now Disney's going to have a streaming service, and ESPN is going to cast a streaming app in 2018. But if you're not a subscriber of ESPN, you can't watch on the app. Now, I have some advice for Disney and BAMTech. That is, some people just don't want to buy cable and don't want to be a subscriber to ESPN, but they still want to watch your app. So make that a charge. Sarah, would you use a self-driving car so you can chat here on Vaughn while your self-driving car drives you around the island? I would love to be in a vehicle where I could chat while other things drive me around, but I don't even have a smartphone that I have smart. I have like a smartphone, but I don't use the smart capabilities of the smartphone. I only use I don't have a data plan on my smartphone. Even though I have a smartphone, I don't have a data plan. So therefore, I can only use my smartphone when I'm connected to Wi-Fi, so that doesn't really make it smart. And I did have texting. I did pay for a texting feature, but then I didn't use enough text really, and I'm like, this is ridiculous, and I'm paying for this texting feature, so I got rid of the texting feature. You have a dumb cell phone, only no data plan, only calls, no internet. So I have the ability to, do things like check my email and all that on my smartphone, as long as I have a Wi-Fi signal that I can connect to. So that's okay. But and I never answer anybody's text because, don't text me. Because I used to get text and I was like, I like the idea of doing texting. So I bought a plan to have 500 texts in a month, and I only use 50 texts in a month at the most. I mean, that's how I don't have many friends, I guess. I just don't have many friends.
Well, texting can be, a lot of people have lives that they're living and they don't all text. And you're one of those people,
Well, maybe I'm a person that has a life. Or maybe
Yeah.
I'm just a person that doesn't have a life, and that's why I don't text.
Well, I mean, it's all in how you see yourself, isn't it? One text to a person, a pygmy living in a forest, would be the greatest message of all. It'd be like manna from heaven.
5G SFR in France, unlimited data transfer for 25 euros a month. See, I only spend I've spent $100 in the last year on my cell phone.
Wow.
For a year.
That's amazing.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think
Sure.
that's very good.
Very
Me too, 338. My life is this chat room. Well, actually, in about a month, I'm kind of excited. My life won't be the chat room anymore. My life will be all work. Right now it's play.
Yeah, it's been fun having you during the summertime. It really is.
Add $10 a month and you get the SFR box at 1 gigabyte per second and 500 TV stations. Wow.
Wow, that's impressive. For how much?
25 euros, and then you add 10 more euros.
Wow, that's
So
a good
35
deal.
euros
Yeah.
total.
That's $15. Wow. How is that possible? Wow. So for $15, Meow TV is getting a lightning fast internet connection, at 1 gigabyte per second and 500 TV channels, and he's paying $15 a month. And you're doing this in Russia. Okay. See?
You don't come across an intelligent couple like David and I ever.
Wow.
Really?
That's kind of cool that we have this place to chat. Yeah.
Anyway.
We think over $60 a month is too much. We're paying like, what are you, 80, 90 right now? It's like 90, ridiculous. Yeah. Thanks, Mitch. Mitch, make more than nothing. You're going to beat a dead horse? Oh.
Maybe that's it. Europe has more internet provider competitions.
Maybe.
Because, like, we don't have a lot of internet provider
He's a KGB agent, Sarah. He's lying about his internet rate. It's covered by the Kremlin. He's been living in our room for the past few years.
You're still paying a total of like $100 a month, or your work is paying half of it?
Yes, 338. I did not get your removed URL. What is a Mossad operative? Isn't Seth rich? Did they make Seth rich a banned word here?
I don't think so.
Your internet is less than $15 a month. Guess 712. We're comparing technology costs right now, folks.
My internet is a lot more than that. It's $100 a month.
My work at Roscosmos pays for the 100 gigabytes per second.
That's pretty cool.
What an elitist. The guy is a KGB agent, FSB agent, elitist. It's unbelievable. Dial-up is unlimited. Oh, that's a good deal. Yeah, dial-up. What is that, 56K? Baud rate? Your internet is $60 a month? That's what we're talking about here. You know, we pay that.
Well, we used to pay that, but then I use more of it. So that way I can watch a show while David's casting.
True.
And that's what I sometimes do. Like, I go and just watch a show.
A pickelhaub? What the heck is a pickelhaub?
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
It's an internet word that we're going to look up. You pay $100 a month, Sulan? Oh, you pay $35 for 100 fiber? Are you serious? You know what I want to do? I want to find a place to live.
This is a pickelhaub.
Oh, that's so cool. Is that a German hat from World War I or something?
I don't know. Some kind of spiked helmet.
Look at the etiology of it. It's a Nazi helmet.
A Prussia.
Yeah. It predates the Nazis.
World War I.
It's a World War I. That's rare, man. You need to hold on to that and make money so your family can eat.
Pickelheim.
Yeah, Pickelheim.
No, Pickelhelm.
Pickelheim. Well, the spiked helmet worn in the 19th and 20th centuries by German military, firefighters, and police. That's pretty intense. I don't know if I should wear it in the show, though. I'd look too German. Be proud of your German heritage. You realize that Wi-Fi is going
Why
to be
would
soon.
Wi-Fi be banned worldwide? What? No.
That's like saying VHS isn't going to work as a video format.
It's like, what? What do you mean banned? No, I don't know.
Hang on, I'm getting my jet
What, we're all
vibrations.
going back to wires? I don't want to go back to wires.
Well, once they realize that Wi-Fi is dangerous, they're going to ban it.
I mean, or we're all going to 5G.
Well, 5G is really dangerous.
Is that what's going to happen?
Yeah, it's.
I could see it being no Wi-Fi if we're all going to 5G, but
I think I'll just move to a distant place. There's supposedly a place that has no internet connections out in
even Dr. Meow agrees the 5G frequency is dangerous for some of the brain functions, especially for youth.
Thank you for agreeing, Dr. Meow. It's the first time.
Ghost thinks Wi-Fi is
Years.
microwaving your thoughts.
200 megabytes, unlimited travel. Yes, Ghost is onto something there. Wi-Fi is microwaving your thoughts. Good point. You know, I don't want you to keep Sarah company because I'll be right here defending her against people like you. I want you to know that, no, you're not reading my thoughts. That if we go to the Wi-Fi network's safety factor and we analyze its data, we don't know much about Wi-Fi and its safety at all. So that's why I recommend wearing a Faraday cage over your head.
I'm going to go have some of David's...
Oh yeah, excellent. It's my pasta Pasta
There's
bolognese.
some reason you always stand up now when I stand up.
Yes, there is.
Me.
No, it's just it's for maneuvering and getting close to the camera. It's part of my interaction with the camera. This is a Faraday cage, a scientific development that was created by Tesla. While he created the weather modification tools they're using to control you and your weather, and the entire system of cell phone networks seems to be looking like a weather modification dual purpose. These kinds of things can protect a layer of field energy from getting to you. So if you can put that Faraday gauge over your small, I guess your smart meter out next to your house, your electric box has a smart meter, this will actually prevent the field energy from getting in your head. Say your bedroom is next to the smart meter, like a couple feet away, and your head's sitting there going, you can't sleep very well. Your REM sleep is being interrupted by constant electric meter box signals being sent to their home base, because they don't just send it out a few seconds a day. They send it out all the time. Their smart meters are stupid. Yeah, good point. Chinese paper says China should stay neutral if North Korea attacks first. I would agree with that. I was just telling Sarah that we need to get on board with Russia and China in dealing with North Korea so that we have our signals crossed. Because right now, fury and fire could mean anything. Some people are thinking that Donald Trump has his finger on the football while he's talking, the nuclear football. Yeah, well, it's a fancy way of preventing field energy from causing a brain tumor. I met a guy in 1985 who had a brain tumor that was killing him. And he told me that it had been a brick cell phone that caused it, because he and his friend both got brain cancer at the same time, and they were both big salespeople back in the early 80s. Yeah. I don't have any WWE memorabilia for sale, and we don't hawk stuff here. This isn't like a trade site. We might consider opening a trade site for you, though. Well, things are escalating, and your contact in Japan is correct. They're coming to, I believe they're coming to the realization, thank you for that, Jackson. Don't think I'll be getting the new iPhone facial recognition? Nah. Okay, cool. That'll be my next little thing on the screen. I think they're coming to the conclusion that either they deal with North Korea now or they are waiting too long. And they've always been wrestling with this idea. I think a lot of the people in the top brass in the military are thinking that that the reason why Donald is getting these ideas is because they're telling him they probably have these capabilities that are just absolutely awestruck. A lot of people are like overblown by it, the death and destruction that weaponry can wreak on the human race. That's weird. Yeah, so obviously somebody wanted me to get up out of the chair. I'm kind of like a trained monkey. I don't put my phone, cordless phone, in the room because obviously Wi-Fi energy, cordless exchange energy. When I use the cordless phones, I hold them away from my body. And I understand these technologies can be hacked too, that they can open a line without you even knowing that somebody's listening. So all of your cordless phones in your house could be wiretapped by the NSA. Even cordless phones like this. So yeah, technology is really, really weird. And with the Vault 7 leak, and the CIA and the NSA allowing the Vault 7 leak and not even looking for the perpetrator of the Vault 7 leak, I have only one thing to conclude. And that is they purposely released the Vault 7 leak, giving all kinds of hackers and even common people tools to break into your computer. Because they don't want to be detected as the culprit. The NSA and the CIA, they don't want to be, targeted. Oh, you're the only one with that technology. Well, no, the Vault 7 leak now makes it available to everybody. So we're all suspect. It throws the field of suspicion away from the NSA and the CIA. That's why they haven't even gone after the mole in their own network, which shows me that they're up to no good. It's unfortunate because it's not in our best interest to spy on our own people. Well, you need to get that to a urologist, buddy. Poor guy's got a urination problem. Okay, the iPhone 8 facial recognition to support Apple Pay multiple faces third-party apps. According to this Guillermo Rambo, the developer found evidence that Face ID will support those features in the HomePod firmware. The software definitely supports it for payments. Third-party apps can use it. You can add multiple faces. He's also found evidence that facial recognition may be possible when the iPhone is lying flat, corroborating an earlier rumor from Bloomberg. It's believed that Face ID will replace Touch ID in the iPhone. Please follow. You know, I think I'm going to pass on it too. I don't want facial recognition on my phone to unlock us. They're going to be looking at everybody all the time. That's what's happening. Big Brother is watching, and he's watching ever so closely, secretly. Well, I'm not sending you anywhere, and there's no advice. So extract that thought from your head. David, why didn't you tell us you have an app that we could watch your screen with? It is an app. It's called americasthirdparty.com. So it's a website. You can watch our show from that website. You know, I don't know what happened to my fruit enzyme spray. It's in one of my shirt pockets. I'm not going to worry about it right now. I'm not feeling too hot. It's very nice, cool now. It's cooling off. George Orwell was right. You know, 1984 is here. Big Brother's watching. And I don't mean the reality show. No, Dave, as per Patriot Act, they run all data through the dragnets. Yeah, well, that's the problem. The Patriot Act, using a dragnet for filtering every single word and highlighting specific words, has become such a powerful tool that they're using it to actually censor people on YouTube. There's a whole new worry that YouTube is actually cultivating a group of snitches to turn on people and flag sites. It's bizarre. No, I've not upgraded Cool Rock lately because we're waiting on a new plan. I've uncovered some new software we're going to be applying to Cool Rock. Yeah. It is still a latent site we're going to be using for other purposes. We just keep it out there for fun right now. You're not already dead, okay? Guess 781. Your mind has become dead because you just don't believe in anything. You're being desensitized, programmed. And many of you don't realize it, but this propaganda technology has been in place since the Nazis and the concentration camps. My viewer count is being censored because I'm reaching millions of people around the world through UHF. UHF broadcast has enabled our show to be seen around the world against the wishes of the elitists who try to censor us. They're basically giving Mark money to censor us. We're sure of this. We just can't present proof of it. Yeah, he's paid to censor us. Yeah. Anyway, I can't even go into the ethical nightmare that is for him, because no doubt karmic backlash will come in very strange ways to people that do things like this to other people. But whatever, it's not my place to say what's going to happen to somebody when they seek psychiatric help in the form of meds to deal with their guilt. Judge orders new searches for Clinton Benghazi emails. Good. You know what I found really weird, Scissor Fight? The idea that there were no Benghazi emails that came up when the Pizzagate thing popped up. It's almost like the NSA filtered all the Benghazi emails out of the leak that happened, the Wiki leak. It's weird. There were no big. I mean, come on. She was talking about Benghazi all the time. So yeah, they should encourage new searches. This is ridiculous. Anyways, the reason why Pizzagate became a popular discussion on the blog, on the internet, is because of all these weird uses of words representing child pornography. Cheese pizza. And these words and nomenclature these words were published by the FBI as a warning to people who are looking at emails. And when the whole world was looking at the WikiLeaks going, wow, what is this? Then we have all these weird emails from John Podesta and James Alefantis. And that's when the Comet Pizza store became an issue. So now we still need an investigation, in my opinion. There's ample evidence to suggest something is not right here. Okay. No, I'm not making nonsense out of that. We have an ongoing discussion which will continue despite the fact that the government isn't investigating these cases. Seth Rich needs to be investigated. WikiLeaks, Benghazi needs to be investigated. You name it. It's just your place to talk about Kim Jong-un getting assassinated. You know, all I'm saying is Kim Jong-un is risking it. when he must know full well that our country has and possesses laser technology that could virtually zap him anywhere he is on the face of the earth. So, I mean, surely he's smart enough to evade that. I mean, a lot of people are wondering, how does one be a dictatorial ruler of a country and live safely? You know, so he's going to have to really factor all that in. And there's always the afterlife.
Now, when I was down there, I saw a vat of fire. Huge vat of fire with liquid boiling hot lava and God's eternal judgment. And I saw demons laughing and dragging souls over it. It just died from the earth, that it was called the Abominus.
Okay, so she went to the Abominus and she knew that this place existed, so obviously hell exists. Well, they didn't zap Assad because he's obviously living underground or something. He avoids sunshine. Oh yeah. Does Assad ever have a tan? Hello? You can tell he's never outside. The chaos behind the scenes of Fox News now retracted Seth Rich story. Oh yeah. Well, everything about retracting the story, everything CNN is doing is part of Jeff Zucker's plan. He's an Ashkenazi friend of Donald Trump. You wouldn't guess, but CNN is close friends with Donald Trump, believe it or not. They play like they don't like each other. The chaos behind the scenes Fox News now retracts the Seth Rich story. Yep. Lawsuit puts Seth Rich conspiracy inside the West Wing, which is a weird, chaotic twist. For more than 2 months, Fox News has declined to explain the story behind one of the most high-profile journalistic disasters, the publication of an article that aimed to tie slain DNC staffer Seth Rich to WikiLeaks. Now CNN has learned the details and is disclosing them for the first time. Rod Wheeler, a Fox News contributor and former detective hired to investigate Rich's death on behalf of the slain man's family, sued the network last week, claiming that quotes in the story attributed to him were fabricated and that the whole effort had been a collaboration with the White House to advance a storyline aimed at discrediting allegations President Trump colluded with Russia. Okay, let me read that again. And that the whole effort had been a collaboration with the White House to advance a storyline aimed at discrediting allegations President Trump colluded with Russia to influence the outcome of the 2016 election. And the White House has denied being involved with that story. Very complicated thing. What Wheeler is trying to do, I think, is distance himself from what he said. And I just don't think he realized he ran into a hornet's nest of controversy with this story. Yes. Let's see what we've got here. Well, according to some near-death witnesses, they go to a dark, cold place where they feel hands clawed at them, and then they would be in mortal combat for all eternity. Thank you. Bag End Audio is piping in on what Pope Francis says doesn't exist. There have been eyewitness accounts and audio recordings of hell, but this is broaching almost a religious discussion, and I really don't do that normally. And lo and behold, I'll be darned. It hacked me. The mere mention of hell has locked up my computer. Wow, see how things happen? Very strange things happen. Interesting. Holy moly. Hell's Kitchen. I can still chat, but I can't handle the board. I'm screwed on the board. Interesting. Yeah. It sounds like a slot machine, doesn't it? Yeah. Reboot. Okay, we're going to sign off and open up another channel over here. I think we're done talking about hell, thank you. This concludes our discussion of hell. Yes, Microsoft has agreed to Windows changes after Kaspersky complaint. Okay, check it out. Okay. It's pretty funny. Okay, we are going to go ahead and get up and running again with a second backup camera and a second backup show. I'm going to end this portion of our YouTube broadcast, and we'll be coming back as soon as I reboot. Thank you. Bye.